Welcome to this edition of Ritter's Rant. Back in the 1980s, there was a commercial for Wendy's, the fast food chain. It was mocking the tendency of McDonald's and Burger King to have these big sandwiches, but there was just a lot of bun and a lot of lettuce and a lot of onions, but not too much burger. And there was this little old lady who would come up and look at her sandwich and say, "Where's the beef?" And that's sort of my take when I reflect on this bombing attack by the United States, ordered by President Trump just a few hours ago against Iran. I mean, according to the president, this was the biggest, grandest thing that's ever happened in the world. It's a magnificent victory for the United States that has totally obliterated the Iranian nuclear program and has demonstrated the massive power of the American Air Force. But then I take a look at the reality of it, that he bombed 3 sites, 2 of which, Isfahan and Natanz, had been previously bombed by Israel, destroyed, and the material already evacuated. And the 3rd site, Ferdo, which people had been anticipating to be struck for some time now, and there's nothing in it. It's empty. And I have to ask myself, where's the beef? What was done here? This wasn't a serious military attack. I have planned serious military attacks. We bomb targets that have legitimate purpose, and we want to put munitions on the target in a way that achieve a discernible outcome that furthers the military objectives of whatever campaign we're operating in support of. There's no way anybody can tell me that sending a B-2 bomber, the most advanced weapon system in the United States arsenal, packing 2 GBU 57 massive ordnance penetrators to bomb empty facilities furthers the national security interests of the United States. There was nothing in Natanz. There was nothing in Isfahan. And yet we put American lives at risk, and we put at risk Iranian lives on the ground to do this grand act of theater so Donald Trump could have his TV moment with J.D. Vance and Hegseth, behind him, staring resolutely into the camera as if they have accomplished something the equivalent of winning World War II. Where's the beef? Nothing. Ferdo, according to the Iranians, despite the fact that we dropped 6, count them 6 massive ordnance penetrators on this facility, the main facility is intact, and only an exit and an entrance have been damaged. There's 5 entrances to the so it's not as though they sealed it off. Where's the beef? What was accomplished here? Why did the president do this? According to news reports, the United States signaled to the Iranians that this was it. It was a limited strike. There was to be no further action tonight. Now, the president's rhetoric in his statement to the address suggested that if Iran didn't surrender and seek peace, that there would be additional action. But for the moment, this American attack against Iran seems designed to limit Iranian retaliatory possibilities. First of all, it appears that no regional military assets were used in this strike. This appears to be not something planned by Central Command, CENTCOM, but rather Strategic Command, perhaps facilitated or assisted by Pacific Command. That means that American military assets outside of the theater were used. Therefore, none of the assets currently within striking range of Iranian missiles are implicated. This could inhibit or at least put the brakes on any Iranian retaliation, which would be good news, because if the Iranians don't retaliate in a manner that threatens American life, then maybe we don't see this escalation taking place. But you have to ask yourself, why did the president do this? And the answer is not to further national security interests, but to save face. This is about Donald Trump trying to preserve the legacy of Donald Trump. He had gotten himself into hot water by aligning himself with an Israeli surprise attack against Iran, which went badly. The Iranians have retaliated and they're doing significant harm against Israel, and nobody's been able to do anything to eliminate the Iranian nuclear program, which the president said has to be eliminated. Iran didn't yield to the threats put by the president or the demands of unconditional surrender. So Trump was left in a situation where he looked like a fool. And the only way out was to do the most foolish thing imaginable, launching a bombing attack against Iran. But then he did something even more foolish. He bombed empty targets, which appears to be the most sage and wise decision of all, because now he has created at least the potential of a window of opportunity to disengage from the disaster he had created. I don't know what the future is going to be. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I do know that when we take a look at this greatest military victory of all military victories that Donald Trump is trumpeting, there ain't no beef there. Where's the beef? And that's a question everybody needs to be asking themselves. Thanks for listening to this rant, and I'll see you the next time.